Hello everyone! With the introduction of the reworked Conqueror keystone, Misfortune got an amazing new tool to play with. The rune is extremely strong on her even after the hotfix. In fact, I'm currently utilizing Conqueror in combination with a very specific item build to climb through Diamond Elo. However, the build I'm using seems to work especially well in the lower elo brackets, so whether you're in Iron 4 or in Diamond or anywhere in between, this build will allow you to unlock Misfortune's full potential in your solo queue games. Alright, first things first, let's talk about runes. You need to pick Conqueror, Overheal, Legend Alacrity, Coup de Grace, Absolute Focus and Gathering Storm. Your stat bonuses shall be Attack Speed, Adaptive Force and Armor. So this might seem odd at first glance, but it is very important that you take this exact page, because this setup allows you to take advantage of one of Misfortune's most underrated strengths: kiting. Misfortune's W passively grants her an absurd amount of movement speed, which can be used to weave in and out of combat, to dodge skill shots, and in general to quickly reposition in between auto attacks. Most Misfortune builds cannot utilize this movement speed bonus in combat, because you immediately lose it as soon as you take damage from an enemy. However, this Misfortune build can do exactly that. By protecting your health bar with shielding effects such as Overheal, it is impossible for the enemy to break your movement speed passive without fully committing. The bonus will stay active if the hit is absorbed by a shield. Taking the damage increasing runes Absolute Focus and Gathering Storm is a no-brainer, since attack damage is the single best stat you can have on Misfortune, as she converts bonus attack damage through her love tap and her ultimate very efficiently. But why would you choose all that attack speed in Legend Alacrity and the attack speed stat bonus? Well, the answer is simple. It allows us to get our Conqueror stacks more quickly. And Conqueror stacks are just more free attack damage. Sounds great, right? If you want to know the most effective ways to stack up your Conqueror with Misfortune, I've also uploaded a short guide for that. I will leave a link at the top of the description. Okay, next up, which items do you need to buy? Now things will be getting weird, but stay with me. Your core item build is, in this exact order: Bloodthirster, Tier 2 boots, Executioner's Calling and Black Cleaver. As soon as you get your Bloodthirster, or just your Vamp Sceptre really, you have already unlocked Misfortune's W in combat, because your Overheal rune will start protecting you. The finished Bloodthirster adds another shield on top of your Overheal shield, which means that it is now extremely hard for the enemy to get rid of your strut. You can even tank a tower shot at this point without breaking your shields. You should get Boots of Speed during the lane phase and upgrade them into Ninja Tabby, Boots of Swiftness or Mercury Treads after finishing Bloodthirster. You will need tabbies in most games because they protect you from being one-shot fodder for the enemy AD assassins such as Rengar or Kha'Zix. I buy Ninja Tabby in most of my games. Should I not need them against the enemy team comp, I go with Swifties instead, since they further amplify my in-combat kiting ability. In rare cases, for example when all enemy champions deal mostly magic damage or have an unreal amount of hard-to-dodge crowd control abilities, I buy Merc Treads. After finishing Bloodthirster plus Boots, I buy Executioner's Calling in probably more than 90% of my games. This cheap 800 gold item is designed to be a niche purchase against strong healing effects. However, over the course of the last seasons, Riot included more and more of these effects, and almost every champion abuses healing in the form of runes, items or abilities, and there are obvious suspects such as Dr. Mundo, Mao, Kai, Vladimir or Silas, just to name a few. But many champions also get Triumph, Legend Bloodline, Conqueror, Ravenous Hunter or Lifesteal items, and if you're not sure whether you need Executioner's Calling or not, you should better buy it. There is just too much healing in the game currently, and this item will pretty much never be a bad purchase. The question you should ask yourself is not, do I need it? But rather, can I get away with skipping it? And in most cases the answer is no, you cannot afford to skip Executioner's Calling. Your third core item is Black Cleaver, as this item brings crazy synergies to the table. All its stats are super relevant for Misfortune in this build. The cooldown reduction gives you access to more ultimates, attack damage is, as I've mentioned, the single best stat on Misfortune, the bonus health increases your Overheal shield, the rage passive further boosts your in-combat movement speed, and the armor shred is a huge damage boost to your ultimate, even if you don't manage to trigger Conqueror's true damage conversion. All in all, just the perfect item for Misfortune at this stage of the game. With this item build, you will be a monster in the mid game. However, you now need to effectively scale into the late game to stay relevant. Therefore, you should start buying crit items, namely Phantom Dancer and Infinity Edge. And please buy them in this exact order. I know it is tempting to buy Infinity Edge first, as it provides valuable attack damage, but after a lot of testing I can safely say that buying Phantom Dancer first is a lot better. You need to be able to fight over extended periods of time in order to get the most out of your Conqueror and your lifesteal. The attack speed on Phantom Dancer allows you to do exactly that, and the item also comes with even more movement speed, which just makes it impossible for the enemy to catch you. On top of all that, the protective shield provided by Phantom Dancer just makes you untouchable. Even a full AD Jarvan point and click jumping on you with his ultimate will not be able to kill you before you kill him. Should the game go long enough for you to buy your Infinity Edge, you can now literally play the game 1v5 if you don't mess up big time along the way. After getting Infinity Edge, you can upgrade your Executioner's Calling and get a Mortar Reminder, by the way. In the extremely rare cases in which you got away with not buying Healing Reduction, you can get Essence Reaver for your 6th item. Alright, last but not least, here is your skill order. Your first skill point shall go into W, so you can push the lane more quickly and get level 2 advantage. From there, you put the next 2 skill points into Q for more lane pressure and take a point in E at level 4. Then you max your W by level 9, since this Misfortune build abuses her overpowered kiting potential. You max Q by level 13 because the cooldown decreases significantly with skill points and it is just an additional source of triggering lifesteal. Remember, Misfortune's Q and her Love Tap passive both apply lifesteal. Alright, now you know everything you need to know to play Conqueror Misfortune in the current patch. But before you do that, let's talk about the pros and cons of the build. As for cons, there is really only one thing to say. Your ult will be weaker compared to the classic lethality Misfortune if you don't set up your Conqueror properly. As mentioned before, you can click the link at the top of the description to learn how to utilize Conqueror to its full potential on Misfortune. Looking at the pros of this build, you get amazing kiting potential, great dueling power, strong objective control, minion wave control, the ability to farm minions and jungle monsters without being punished due to lifesteal, and you are effectively untouchable for assassins despite being an quote-unquote immobile AD carry with still crazy teamfighting capabilities. To showcase the incredible carry potential of this build, you can now lean back and enjoy the highlights of one of my recent solo queue games played in Diamond Elo. This game was played after the hotfix, so this is already the nerfed version of the new Conqueror. Please enjoy and feel free to subscribe if you want to become the best player you can be and if you want to see more Misfortune content. Bye!
Executed.